Have you ever felt invisible, like your words and efforts had no value in front of people who just don't care about you? In the fast pace of modern life, being ignored can be a painful and extremely frustrating experience. However, there is immense power in the silent actions you can take to redefine your worth and change how others perceive you. In this video, we will dive into 7 silent actions inspired by Stoic philosophy that will not only shake those who ignore you, but also transform the way you see yourself. Instead of trying to grab attention or beg for recognition, you'll learn to develop a presence that speaks for itself and makes a genuine impact. These actions don't seek direct confrontation, but rather create a presence so strong and authentic that it becomes impossible to ignore. I want to introduce you to the Stoic secrets for abandoning the search for external validation and embracing the quiet strength that can indeed leave those who ignore you speechless. Stay with me for a few minutes and see how small changes can transform your life for the better. The invisible power of silence. The power of not responding or distancing yourself can be more impactful than you might imagine. Have you ever thought about how, in some situations, silence can be more powerful than any word? Imagine something common. Someone tries to provoke you, challenges you with harsh words, expecting you to lose your cool and react. But instead of falling into that trap, you choose silence. You observe calmly, analyzing everything in peace. This is the power of strategic silence, one of the most valuable tools in Stoicism, which can revolutionize the way you interact with others and with yourself. In Stoicism, silence isn't just an absence of words. It's a conscious choice, an act of self-control and strength. When you decide not to respond to provocation, you are showing that you have control over your emotions, which is rare. Think about it. How many people can remain calm in the face of an offense without feeling the need to respond or justify themselves? This self-control is extremely powerful and often completely disarms those who try to devalue you. Practical examples. Imagine a relative who frequently makes negative comments about your choices or tries to belittle you at family gatherings. Many would fall into the temptation to argue or defend themselves, maybe even raise their voice. But when you choose to walk away silently and respond with just a slight smile, you reveal something surprising. You don't need that person's approval to feel good about yourself. This disarms the other person because your silence reflects internal confidence. They expected confrontation, but you showed no interest in fueling that kind of fight. In a romantic relationship, there are also moments when words can hurt more than any action. Let's say your partner, in a moment of anger, accuses you of something you know is false. The natural reaction would be to fight back, defend yourself, or even attack in return. However, if you choose silence, not the silence of someone harboring resentment, but the silence of someone who knows that arguing won't get you anywhere, you'll be showing maturity. This silent detachment is not an escape, but a way to preserve your inner peace and avoid unnecessary conflicts. This strategy applies even to deeper situations, such as when you decide to walk away from a friendship that no longer benefits you. There's no need for long explanations or discussions about what went wrong. Sometimes just letting silence speak for you is enough. Remember, not all battles are worth fighting. Instead of seeking recognition or trying to justify your actions, you walk away with dignity, allowing time and silence to reveal the truth. Now think about that person who constantly makes you feel bad, a friend, family member, or coworker. This person is always bringing you down, expecting you to lose control and react. What if, instead of feeding into this toxic dynamic, you simply walked away? No fights, no dramatic goodbyes. You just distance yourself, stop responding to messages, stop being available. Your silence speaks for you, showing that you no longer have the time or energy to invest in this negative relationship. I know this isn't something easy to do overnight, but few valuable things in life are simple. However, it's important that we start applying these principles so we can evolve and mature. So share in the comments. From today on, I choose silence. The advantage of silence. Silence gives you an incredible advantage. It allows you to reflect, and while you're not getting involved in pointless arguments, you think clearly, evaluate what really matters, and decide the best way to act, if it's necessary to act at all. This demonstrates that you're not controlled by your emotions, leaving those who try to provoke you directionless. Most people are used to immediate reactions, to bursts of anger. They don't know what to do when they encounter someone who simply doesn't get shaken. Now think about the impact this has on your relationships. By not allowing yourself to be carried away by provocations or conflicts, you start distancing yourself from situations and people who drain your energy. Gradually, those around you will notice that you are not easily disturbed, that you possess an inner strength that comes from a deep place, from self-confidence that doesn't need to be proven with words. And internally, this brings something precious: peace, a peace you may have never experienced before. Realizing that you don't need to prove anything to anyone is liberating. Your worth isn't in the arguments you win, but in the calm way you live your life. Boundaries, the art of protecting your energy. Imagine a calm lake with still waters within well-defined shores. Just like this lake, we need to establish clear boundaries in our lives. These boundaries don't push people away, but protect our space and energy. By defining what we will or won't accept in our relationships, we show that we value our well-being. This transforms how we see ourselves and how others treat us. Whether in friendships or at work, setting boundaries is essential for maintaining balance. By saying no when necessary, you show that you respect your time and energy, fostering healthier and more reciprocal relationships. This doesn't mean pushing a friend away, but instead, building a more balanced relationship where your well-being is not at risk. A similar example can occur at work. Maybe you have a colleague who often dumps extra tasks on you or asks for favors that eat up your time. And out of fear of creating conflict, you always say yes. Over time, this exhausts you. Setting a boundary can be as simple as saying, "Sorry, I can't help today. I'm focused on another task." This response shows that you value your time and aren't available to take on everything thrown your way, helping maintain balance in your routine. When you set boundaries, those around you begin to understand that your limits must be respected. This doesn't mean they'll distance themselves, but they will adjust the way they interact with you. Interestingly, this might even increase the respect you receive, because by setting clear boundaries, you demonstrate self-respect. People will stop taking your time and energy for granted and start recognizing how much you value yourself. Setting boundaries isn't just a way to protect yourself from others, but a way to gain more freedom for yourself. Think about how many times you've committed to something you didn't want to do just to avoid conflict or please someone else, only to feel trapped by your choices later. By saying no, you regain control over your time and energy, allowing you to focus on what truly matters in your life. Contrary to popular belief, setting boundaries isn't selfish. In fact, it's one of the greatest acts of self-love you can practice. When you respect yourself enough to protect your peace and say no when necessary, you're taking care of yourself and promoting balance that makes you more centered and available for those who truly matter. If you're constantly sacrificing your well-being to please others without ever prioritizing yourself, you'll end up exhausted, unable to give your best to anyone. Additionally, when you set clear boundaries, you become a model for others. They'll see that it's possible to live according to your priorities and values without giving in to external pressure, which can inspire those around you to do the same. You become an example of someone who knows how to take care of themselves and doesn't let the world dictate their actions. Think back to that moment when you said yes to something you didn't want or allowed someone to cross your boundaries simply because you were afraid to stand your ground. Now imagine how different it would have been if you had set a clear limit. Setting boundaries ensures your peace and protects what's most valuable in your life. It not only strengthens you, but also transforms your relationships. So start thinking about the boundaries you need to set. Which areas of your life need more balance? Who are the people or situations draining your energy? When you learn to respect yourself and value your time, the world around you will follow suit. This isn't selfishness, it's self-care. And by doing so, you'll discover an inner strength and peace that come from knowing you're taking care of yourself in the best way possible. Now imagine how your life could be different if you started valuing yourself more and demanding the same respect from others. How would that change your relationships and how you feel day to day? Share your thoughts, and if you'd like, tell your story in the comments. The art of controlling your emotions. How can you stay calm in any situation? We've all had moments when someone tries to provoke us, hoping we'll lose control and react impulsively. Now think of the power in staying calm and not reacting as they expect. This is the true strength behind the art of not reacting, one of the most valuable lessons Stoicism offers. Imagine walking down the street and someone makes a rude comment about your appearance or the way you dress. People around you are watching, expecting to see your reaction. Instead of getting upset or responding defensively, you take a deep breath, maintain your composure, and confidently continue on your way. This behavior shows self-control and unshakable confidence, proving that you don't need anyone else's approval or judgment to feel good about yourself. Many people believe that reacting quickly and aggressively is a sign of strength, but in reality, it's the opposite. Reacting impulsively reveals that you're being controlled by your emotions, rather than the other way around. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in maintaining calm and clarity, even in the face of provocations and challenges. Think of a red traffic light. If you rush through, you risk causing an accident or creating more stress. But if you stop and patiently wait for the green light, you stay safe and avoid problems. Similarly, when you don't rush to react to provocations or criticism, you give your emotions time to settle, allowing you to make decisions that align with your principles. Additionally, when you choose not to react impulsively, you disarm the person trying to provoke you. They expected an outburst, a heated argument, something to justify their provocation. But by choosing silence and self-control, you break that cycle and show that your emotions can't be easily manipulated. Now think about how this approach can transform your daily interactions. Instead of being seen as someone easily swayed by emotions, you'll be perceived as balanced and stable. People around you will start to respect you more, recognizing that you think before you act and aren't easily rattled by small provocations. This ability to not react impulsively benefits not only your relationships, but also promotes lasting inner peace. Mastering the art of controlling your emotions brings serenity and prevents you from being affected by the small adversities of daily life. When you realize that you have the power to choose how you react to situations, you stop being a hostage to other people's emotions and begin living according to your own values. Next time someone tries to provoke you, remember this lesson. Take a deep breath, stay calm, and choose your response wisely. You'll be surprised at the positive impact this approach will have on your life and the respect you'll gain from others. Cycles of time. Each day contributes to personal wisdom. Think about how incredible it would be to use time to your advantage, turning each moment into an opportunity to grow and thrive. Stoicism teaches us that we can make time our ally, a powerful force that surprises those who try to rush or underestimate us. Picture a field being cultivated. The plants grow with the seasons and the care they receive, without haste or anxiety. With patience and consistency, the field becomes fertile and productive. Just like in cultivation, a Stoic knows that time and patience are allies in transforming challenges into strength and tranquility. When someone tries to provoke or pressure you for an immediate response, your calmness can confuse them. While everyone around you rushes to solve everything quickly, you remain tranquil. This ability to wait for the right moment shows a rare and admirable inner strength. Using time to your advantage doesn't mean being passive or inert. It's actually an active form of control. When you choose to wait and act at the right moment, you demonstrate a deep understanding of the situation and confidence in your ability to handle any challenge. It's like a game of chess, where each move is carefully calculated and executed at the right time. Remember the times when you made a hasty decision and later regretted it. Now imagine if you had waited, reflected calmly, and let time guide you to the best choice. That's the wisdom that time offers us. A Stoic lesson about acting with discernment and patience instead of impulsivity. People who observe your patience may underestimate you at first, thinking you're hesitating or being indecisive. However, over time, they come to recognize the strength that your serenity conveys. They begin to understand that you're not just reacting, but following a well-thought-out plan. Knowing that time brings new opportunities and solutions is a sign of great wisdom. Those who try to undermine or destabilize you become frustrated when they see that, like a sturdy mountain, You remain firm and unshaken, no matter the storms. Use this patience to reinforce your resilience. Show the world that your calmness is not weakness, but a powerful demonstration of control and wisdom. In this way, you become an example of inner strength. The value of prioritizing what's essential. When you dedicate your time to what truly matters, something surprising happens. You begin to live with purpose, rather than being carried away by others' demands and expectations. Establishing your own priorities creates an inner strength that's hard to shake. Imagine being at a crowded party, full of empty conversations and noise. Instead of feeling pressured to participate in everything, you choose to talk with one or two people who really make a difference in your life. That focus transforms the experience, leaving you with a sense of connection and fulfillment rather than exhaustion. Now apply that to your everyday life. By concentrating on what's essential, you learn to say no to what doesn't add value. This not only frees up your time and energy, but also sends a clear message. You know what you want and won't be distracted by irrelevant things. Those who try to underestimate you may feel lost, as you don't play their game of distractions. Imagine an arrow launched without a target. It can go anywhere, with no direction. But when you have a clear target, the arrow flies straight, overcoming obstacles and staying on its path. Similarly, when you have clarity about your goals and values, you become like that arrow, moving forward with determination and avoiding distractions. This focus on what's essential also brings inner peace. By letting go of unimportant concerns and focusing on what truly matters, you feel a sense of relief. Worries fade, and the small joys of life become more apparent. Many people don't experience this serenity, and it may leave them in awe. Here's the secret. By focusing on what's essential, you become an inspiration to others. They notice your clarity and firmness. Those who try to devalue you become unsettled because they can't understand how you remain so calm and focused. Start living with this focus. Prioritize what truly matters and discard the rest. This is one of Stoicism's most powerful lessons, capable of completely transforming how you live and how others perceive you. By focusing on what's essential, you discover an inner strength that few possess, showing the world that you know exactly what you want and won't be swayed by anything. Self-sufficiency, the path to freedom. Have you ever thought about the freedom that comes from self-sufficiency? Imagine achieving your dreams and goals without relying on anyone. This not only empowers you, but also changes how others see you. Being self-sufficient is a sign of confidence and strength, something that Stoicism deeply values. When you're self-sufficient, you're not at the mercy of others' demands or expectations. This is liberating because you have control over your life and your choices. The people around you begin to notice your independence and strength, which earns their respect. Think of a table you built from scratch. Every piece of wood and every detail are the result of your hard work and dedication. This table reflects your skill and effort. Similarly, when you build your life with effort and attention, the result is something solid and authentic. Others recognize the value of what you've built and come to respect the quality of what you've created for yourself. Mastering the art of controlling your emotions. Mastering the art of controlling your emotions brings serenity and prevents you from being affected by the small daily challenges. When you realize that you have the power to choose how to react to situations, you stop being a hostage to others' emotions and start living according to your own values. Next time someone tries to provoke you, remember this lesson. Take a deep breath, stay calm, and choose your response wisely. You'll be surprised at the positive impact this approach will have on your life and the respect you'll earn from others. Cycles of time. Every day contributes to personal wisdom. Think about how amazing it would be to use time to your advantage, turning every moment into an opportunity to grow and thrive. Stoicism teaches us that we can make time our ally, something powerful that surprises those who try to rush or underestimate us. Picture a field being cultivated. The plants grow with the seasons and care they receive, without rush or anxiety. With patience and consistency, the field becomes fertile and productive. Just like in cultivation, a Stoic knows that time and patience are allies in turning challenges into strength and tranquility. When someone tries to provoke you or pressure you for an immediate response, Your calmness may confuse them. While everyone around you rushes to resolve everything quickly, you maintain your composure. This ability to wait for the right moment demonstrates a rare and admirable inner strength. Using time to your advantage doesn't mean being passive or inactive. It's actually an active form of control. When you choose to wait for the right moment to act, you show a deep understanding of the situation and confidence in your ability to handle any challenge. It's like a game of chess, where each move is calculated carefully and executed at the right time. Remember the times when you made a hasty decision and later regretted it. Now imagine if you had waited, reflected calmly, and let time guide you to the best choice. This is the wisdom that time offers us. A Stoic lesson about acting with discernment and patience rather than impulsiveness. People who observe your patience may underestimate you at first, thinking you're hesitating or being indecisive. However, over time, they begin to see the strength that your serenity conveys. They start to understand that you're not just reacting, but following a well-thought-out plan. Knowing that time brings new opportunities and solutions is a sign of great wisdom. Those who try to undermine or destabilize you end up frustrated when they realize that you, like a sturdy mountain, remain steadfast and unshaken no matter the storms. Use this patience to reinforce your resilience. Show the world that your calmness isn't weakness, but a powerful demonstration of control and wisdom. In this way, you become an example of inner strength. The value of prioritizing the essentials. When you dedicate your time to what truly matters, something amazing happens. You start to live with purpose rather than being swept away by the demands and expectations of others. Setting your own priorities creates an inner strength that is hard to shake. Imagine being at a crowded party filled with empty chatter and noise. Instead of feeling pressured to engage in everything, you choose to talk to one or two people who truly make a difference in your life. This focus transforms the experience, allowing you to leave with a sense of connection and fulfillment rather than fatigue. Now apply this to your daily life. By concentrating on what is essential, you learn to say no to things that don't add value. This not only frees up your time and energy, but also sends a clear message. You know what you want and won't be distracted by irrelevant things. Those who try to underestimate you may feel lost because you're not playing the same game of distractions that they are. Imagine an arrow shot without a target. It can go anywhere with no direction. But when you have a clear target, the arrow flies straight, overcoming obstacles and following its path. Similarly, when you are clear about your goals and values, you become like that arrow, moving forward with determination and avoiding distractions. This focus on the essentials also brings inner peace. By letting go of unimportant worries and concentrating on what truly counts, you feel relief. Concerns lessen, and the small joys of life become more evident. Many people don't experience this serenity, which can leave them amazed. Here's the secret. By focusing on the essentials, you become an inspiration to others. They see your clarity and firmness. Those who try to undermine you become destabilized because they can't understand how you remain so calm and focused. Start living with this focus. Prioritize what truly matters and discard the rest. This is one of the most powerful lessons from Stoicism, capable of completely transforming how you live and how people around you see you. By focusing on what is essential, you discover an inner strength that few have, showing the world that you know exactly what you want and won't be swayed by anything. Self-sufficiency, the path to freedom. Have you ever thought about the freedom that comes from self-sufficiency? Imagine achieving your dreams and goals without relying on anyone. This not only empowers you, but also changes how others perceive you. Being self-sufficient is a sign of confidence and strength, something that Stoicism deeply values. When you are self-sufficient, you're not at the mercy of others' demands or expectations. This is liberating because you have control over your life and choices. People around you start to notice your independence and strength, which earns you respect. Think about a table you built from scratch. Every piece of wood and every detail is a result of your hard work and dedication. This table reflects your skill and effort. Similarly, when you build your life with effort and attention, the outcome is something solid and authentic. Others recognize the value of what you've created for yourself. By practicing self-sufficiency, you become an example of freedom and inner strength. By carefully choosing the people you share your life with, you don't have to accept any kind of behavior. You understand that you can support yourself emotionally, financially, and spiritually. This gives you a solid confidence that is hard to shake. And when someone tries to belittle or provoke you, you know you don't depend on their validation. Self-sufficiency doesn't mean isolation. It's about cultivating healthy relationships based on mutual respect. By becoming self-sufficient, you also inspire those around you. People start to see what is possible to achieve and may be inspired by your journey. Now think about how this freedom will transform the way you relate to the world. You won't be a passive observer anymore. You'll be the main character, writing your own story. Don't let criticism or negative opinions shake you. Your self-sufficiency will be your shield, making you a role model. From today on, choose to be self-sufficient. Build your life according to your values and principles. When you embrace self-sufficiency, you embrace freedom, and that leads you to become the best version of yourself. In the end, being self-sufficient is one of the greatest strengths you can develop, showing the world that you are complete within yourself. As you cultivate this inner strength, how do you react to the challenges and obstacles in life? Do you face them with courage, or do you allow yourself to be paralyzed by fears, weaknesses, or excuses that justify your failures? For Stoics, resilience is an essential virtue. It's the strength that allows us to face adversities with firmness and tranquility. It's not just about enduring difficulties, but growing from them and revealing the true value we have within us. Imagine a train navigating winding and mountainous tracks. It encounters tight turns, tunnels, and steep climbs, but never stops. The train adjusts its speed, overcomes each obstacle, and continues its journey to its destination. Similarly, Stoic resilience teaches us to keep going, no matter the challenges that arise along the way. We adapt, change our route when necessary, and move forward, always learning and overcoming difficulties. Think about those times when you faced tough situations and felt like no one recognized your worth. That can be disheartening, leading you to consider giving up. However, Stoic resilience teaches us to keep our heads up and understand that our worth doesn't depend on others' recognition, but on our own perception and continuous effort in our actions. Each obstacle overcome is proof of your inner strength, something no one can take away from you. This inner strength, serene and steady, can surprise those who try to belittle you. They expect you to become unstable or give up, but when they see your resilience, they realize their efforts to weaken you are futile. Your ability to move forward, no matter what happens, becomes your greatest advantage. You're not just strong, you're resilient and unshakable. Stoic resilience doesn't happen overnight. It's developed through daily practice, a constant choice to face challenges with courage and calmness. The more you practice, the stronger you become. For Stoics, obstacles are disguised opportunities, chances to strengthen the mind and spirit. So the next time you encounter a challenge or someone who doesn't value your effort, remember Stoic resilience. Face each difficulty as an opportunity for growth, a chance to show the world and yourself the depth of your strength. Imagine how you feel after overcoming a big challenge. It's like discovering a new part of yourself, stronger, wiser, and more confident. That feeling of overcoming is what truly matters, and it's what makes your journey worthwhile. Your actions, often taken in silence, can be far more powerful than any spoken word. It's time to make your presence, voice, and inner strength count. The greatest injustice you can commit is to ignore yourself. If you don't value yourself, no one else will. Stop waiting for external approval and start valuing yourself. Your true strength lies in not depending on others' validation to recognize your own worth. Stand tall, light your path, and show the world that you are much more than they imagine. If this video inspired you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like to help us keep creating valuable content. If you've made it this far, leave your comment. We want to know what you thought of this video. Your participation makes all the difference. Thank you so much, and see you next time.